what exactly that is? Like, what is assignment?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys, we're rolling. Lifestyle investing, when we invest base off our lifestyle to build future lifestyle. Dude, we're knocking these out, baby.
Yeah, we
Like
are.
myself, Vladi. You had a question, right? So
Yeah.
Vladi's a wholesaler.
Right.
Let's talk a little more.
Yeah, so you had mentioned earlier about an assignment fee, six-figure assignment fee. That obviously piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Oh, assignment fee. So yeah, tell me, break it down.
So it was just when I
simple as
first
you
started.
can.
The way I got this crazy kind of head starts, I would say, because I didn't come when I started. I mean, I didn't have a lot of money to start with, so I kind of picked up this interesting way to do it. I didn't have the money to buy any of these properties, so what I would do is do like a year-long closing, 6-month closing. But I would release what I had, 20, 10, 15 grand released. I'll give you the rest of this. If I don't, you keep my money. Obviously.
You guys explain that more in detail for people.
Yeah.
So let's say he's selling a property. I go up to him, hey, I want to buy a property. My money's tied up. Here, the property is $200,000, $150,000, $200,000. It's called $200,000.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, here's $25,000
Earnest money.
Earnest money, released. Right. You go buy yourself a boat, go buy yourself a car. Here it is. Now I need 6-7 months to close on this.
Past the initial.
And if I don't end up closing, you kept my 25 grand, and you get to go sell it, resell it.
What's the original contract? 30 days, 60 days, 6 months?
I would do like 6 months to a year when I first started. It's
Right.
very difficult to do today because people just want to move their stuff.
So let's just say, example,
So-
here's 30 grand, 3 months, and then at the end of that 3 months, say, I'm releasing the earnest money, but I need...
No, I would release them right away. I'll tell them, I'll release you up front the money.
Okay.
Give me 6 months to close. You have the money. So I don't know why you're selling your home. Maybe you wanted to go buy a house, or I don't know. Maybe you want to go buy a boat, or maybe you want to go on vacation. Here's the money to
here's
do
the money,
that.
go do it.
Give me 6 months.
Yeah.
And in that 6
And they
months,
can still live there or
they can live there. It's their house.
Don't show up,
And if I don't show up, they get to keep it. And in that 6 months, I would go directly the moment we sign it to my architect, get a design, start getting a design on it, pay another 15 grand. So I'm 40 grand into it. Now, what if I get that permit? I just brought the value from this property from 200 to 300,000. My 40 grand may be 100 grand in 6 months. In 6 months, I didn't even build the thing.
Yeah. Just by selling the plans and...
Oh yeah, but basically, yeah. And the way the assignment fee would work is basically in your purchase sale agreement, you would have John B is selling this to Vladi, Avchik, and or assigns. So that means I'm allowed to assign it. You have to add that in there, because if you don't add that in there, you're not allowed to assign it at closing. So you do and or assigns on the purchase sale agreement, and then what happens is another guy comes in, you find the other buyer like, hey, I'm gonna assign this to you, but for me to assign this to you, you're gonna close on the whatever 175 grand left to pay the seller, and there's gonna be an assignment fee of 50, 20 grand, 10 grand, 100 grand, 150 grand, whatever the case is, but you add that, and that goes to closing all legally. It goes to a separate company. Probably don't want to have that on your personal name. I had a different separate company, which was under Prestige Investment Services, which is where I did my wholesaling, and then Prestige General Contractors is my construction side of things. So just to separate it for tax purposes. But yeah, that was the very efficient way. But now we tend to get those long closings.
Okay.
Because the market's so hot.
Yeah.
But even still, you could still. There's properties where I'll pick up. I'll make sure I get the designs done, because you got to understand, a lot of builders, they go through hard money loans, and they don't want to have this thing for 2 years going through permanent build. They want to get this thing permanent ready and start building it, because they have that 12% interest every month. So they want this thing ready to go, when shovel ready. So as soon as they close on this hard money, this expensive loan, they want to be building this thing. They don't want to buy it, go through the process of permitting it, because you never know what the city might throw at you. You might be there 2 years waiting for a permit. They want this thing ready, so they'll pay a premium for it as long as the numbers make sense.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you double close? Do you ever double close?
Double close? No, I almost did, but I never did. I've always just done the assignment. Everything I ever even put a deal on, I always do and or assigns. But double close, I've heard of that method, and I almost had to once, and we just didn't end up doing the deal. But I always do the end. I don't even go into contract unless it's and or signs, because I don't know. Maybe I'll need to take it off my name. Maybe an investor of mine will want to, because I have like 12 different LLCs set up with different investors, and maybe one of them wants to jump on it. And if I can assign it to this LLC, they're not going to be interested in funding it. So I always make sure that you can assign it to a different name. And why does it shit matter for the seller? He's going to get his money regardless.
It's true.
So they try to argue back like, no, we want you to buy it for what? You're going to end up, the thing is going to be sold. You're going to have your money. That's what we're agreeing on.
Yeah.
So
very little risk.
Yeah.
It's the best way. I think it's low risk, especially nice like commercial properties. I've been lately doing it. So,
but obviously you got to find those deals.
You got to find the deals.
Yeah, and that's where the work comes in.
Nothing's
for free. You're not getting profit with no work.
Yeah, and you got to know what the final house is going to sell for. you got to make sure that because typically a builder wants to make 20 to 25% return on a total cost. If it's going to cost him $1 million to build this thing, he wants to make $250,000. Pretty, because the market sinks a bit, he still has that gap. So you got to make sure, even with your assignment fee included, that margin is there for the builder. Because also you want the builder to come back to you for another wholesale deal. If you're just gonna grab a bag of money and run the other way, 3 deals later, nobody's ever gonna come talk to you again. So that's another thing. You gotta make sure you're
That's some gold right there.
That is some gold.
Yeah.
Man, if any of you guys want to be wholesalers, hit this guy up.
Yeah.
Was it Prestige?
Prestige Investment Services and Prestige General Contractors, So yeah, you guys could email me or, one or the other.
Boom! If you guys want to invest, learn more, or get a contractor, hit up Vladi.